Hi and welcome to my channel. So we're going to be talking about the best visa to have right now in the UK. One of the questions that I get asked all the times is, Melvis, what is the best UK visa to have? So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. And look, if you're coming to the UK, whether you're already in the UK actually or not, or you're still to move to the UK, looking for the right visa that is going to have the highest advantages, that's going to give you access to the best opportunities in the UK is absolutely vital. But look, the type of visa you have is going to depend on the type of job that you actually apply for. So it is incredibly important that you're wise, that you're smart, that you're on top of your game, and you're applying for the jobs that are going to enable you have the best type of visa. And that's why I go on this channel about you need to know the type of job you're applying for. It's not just a matter of saying I want any job in the UK that will give me visa sponsorship. No, you need to do your due research, do some, the research that is needed, and make sure that you understand the different types of visas and different types of jobs. So that's what we're going to be covering in today's video. I'm going to be talking about the eligibility criteria for this visa, the requirements, what do you get, what are the benefits, how do you apply, how much does it cost, can you bring your family, can you work, can you study, can you do extra hours, literally every single thing that you need to know about this particular visa, and why I love it, and why it's currently obviously the best visa to have if you're coming to the UK, or if you're already in the UK looking for that visa sponsorship, to be able to remain in this beautiful country. So if you're new to my channel, look, you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate your time, and I do hope that you're finding all of this useful and you're implementing this information. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified every single time when I drop a new video on here on YouTube. But before I get started, if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, I send you information about the best visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK, the latest updates about, career progression pathways, opportunities in the UK, side hustle ideas that you can do, side business opportunities that you can start right now, work from home opportunities that are very highly paid and that you can do from anywhere in the world without the need to move and to worry about visas, geographical location, and all of that. Because look, I'm all about retiring early, and so there's that holistic approach that I actually use in my own career that, look, I'm more than willing to share with you. It will not take you up to 30 seconds to join that newsletter. All you need is your name and email, and bang on, you're part of the newsletter. So if you check the comment section below, I've dropped a link to that newsletter so that I'll send that information directly to your inbox, and bang on, you are up to date. So let's get started. What visa is this? So this is the health and care worker visa in the UK. Yes, if you already know about this, you know what I'm talking about. This is the best visa to have right now in the UK. So there are different types of visas. You've got the skilled worker visa, you've got the health and care worker visa, you've got other temporary visas, you've got student visa, you've got the charity worker visa, you've got, there are all sorts of visas in the UK, but as far as I'm concerned, after extensive research and having worked closely with people that have these different visas, what I found is people that have the health and care worker visa have the highest advantages in the UK. They have the best opportunities in the UK. Whether you're taking these opportunities or not, it's up to you and how much knowledge you have about the visa that you hold and what else you can do. So that's what I'm going to be telling you in this video. In case you're new here, you're wondering who I am. So my name is Melvis. I currently work for the NHS here in England, in the UK, as an advanced nurse practitioner. So I moved to the UK. Obviously, I was a carer myself in a nursing home, and then I studied nursing as an international student here in the UK. So I've progressed really quickly and beautifully in my career in the UK to now working as an advanced nurse practitioner, which is the most senior clinical nursing position, which is so amazing. It's been a lot of hard work, but it's all been worth it in the end. And that's why I'm so passionate about career progression. Yes, it's good to move to the UK, but what else can you do with yourself? You're already in the UK. What are the best opportunities that you can take? That's what I'm all about. So I support nurses, carers, student nurses, prospective student nurses, and people that want to move to the UK, that want to have visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK. I have a private career coaching program where I support with achieving all of these goals. So if you check the about section of my YouTube channel here, you're going to see a link to join my private coaching program, which is called Nursing Career Bootcamp, and I'll be able to give you that personalized, that tailored, and that individualized support that you so deserve to be able to succeed, to excel, and to thrive in the UK. Because let me tell you, YouTube videos like this are very good, but they're very, very generic. When you get that personalized advice, when you get that tailored advice, when you get that individualized advice for you according to your personal circumstances, that is exactly what you need. And that's what that program offers. The program is not free, but it's £79 only, so everybody can afford it. My whole point is that I'm able to support as many people as possible for literally nothing whatsoever. So the £79 is more of a commitment from your side rather than being, say, a fee to be part of the coaching program. So please get in touch with me and make sure that you do join that program to get that support. So let's dig in. So I was saying about the health and care worker visa. The reason that I love this visa and I think is the best visa to have in the UK is because it enables you to move to the UK, obviously permanently. So you can move to the UK and know that, look, this is where you're going to stay permanently. It's a permanent visa. That's the first thing. You're going to have your indefinite leave to remain, which is permanent residence in the UK after 5 years of being on this visa. So if you're a carer, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a healthcare professional, these are the jobs that are covered, obviously, in this visa, because as per the name, health and care worker visa, obviously, it's going to give you some ideas and give you some hints of the eligible professions and occupations that can apply for this visa. So you can live here permanently, permanent residence after 5 years, which means that you're going to have your British citizenship 1 year after your permanent residence, which is amazing, and it makes it 6 years in total. Like, it is so good. The next advantage is that you can bring your family with you. So you can bring your husband, your wife, you can bring your kids. Obviously, you can bring, so your parents and all that. If they're coming to visit you, they can visit you as well if you have that visa. But most importantly, you're going to have free healthcare in the UK. There's obviously the healthcare surcharge, but that is something that was just introduced in the last few years. So you're going to have free healthcare for yourself, all of your dependents, hospital bills, everything is completely free for you and all your dependents that you bring. School is free for your kids as well, which is so amazing. And then another advantage on this visa is that you can also study in the UK as well as working in the UK. But what I'll say is that even though this visa enables you to study any course without any restrictions, you've got to be very smart on which courses you're going for and how you actually apply for these courses. Like I say, I have many carers, for example, in my private coaching program right now who moved to the UK last year and they're already studying now for their nursing degrees and they're on this visa. So you need to make sure that you're aware of the law, you're aware of the rules, you know the best courses to study that are going to give you the best opportunities, but most importantly that you know the right way to go about it, because otherwise you're going to struggle. Because if you're working full-time, for example, how are you going to study full-time? It can be very, very challenging. So again, if you need support with this, do get in contact with me and I'll be able to support you with that process, with that journey, because the career progression is key. If you come to the UK as a carer, no disrespect whatsoever for carer jobs, like I said, I started as a carer, but you don't want to stay as a carer. You don't want to remain as a carer. Even if you're a nurse, you don't want to remain in that position. You want to keep progressing. You want to keep upgrading yourself so that not only are you going to be able to earn more, but you'll be working fewer hours so that if you've got your family, for example, or you want to start a family, you've got more time with them. Because extra shifts are a temporary measure. They're not a sustainable way of planning your life and planning your career. Because if you have kids, it's very important to spend time with those children. So if you're working all the time, it can be very hard. And that's why, like me, for example, since I've moved to the UK, I've always been studying, doing one course or another, because obviously I've been on this visa and it really helps to be able to know how to study, get those funded courses, get those apprenticeships while I'm working full time. I always study. Like now, for example, I'm doing my master's in advanced clinical practice, which is 3 years full time, but I also work for the NHS full time as an advanced nurse practitioner. So you see what I mean? And it's that flexibility that it gives you, but it's about knowing how to go about things, which is so vital, so incredibly important. So these are some of the biggest advantages. Obviously, you've got maternity leave. If you've got a baby, obviously, if you've got sick leave, if you're off sick, you get paid. You've got paternity leave as well. Obviously, the men, you're not forgotten, you're not left out. You've also got the pension if you work for the NHS or any private organization. You've got that pension. You've got that life assurance that comes with, that NHS pension. By the way, if you want me to do a whole video on the NHS pension, what it is about, or the, just let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be able to do a video on that, because I know that previously many people have asked me about this NHS pension. Is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Look, having a private pension is very, very important, but obviously it depends on your personal circumstances. How old are you? Do you intend to stay in the UK? What visa do you have? What are your career goals and all of that? So again, just leave that in the comment section below. Like we've said, these are some of the things that you can have on this visa. But when it comes to eligibility, like we've said, you need to be able to get a job, obviously in health and social care. You need to have a certificate of sponsorship, which is a job offer. Not only that, but you need to have a certificate of sponsorship, obviously, from an employer that is licensed to recruit overseas, which means that, you know, they're going to be able to bring you from overseas. Or even if you're in the UK, you need a visa sponsorship. It's exactly the same process and the same procedure. So you want to make sure that, you know the jobs that are eligible that can easily bring you to the UK. Because look, the best thing about healthcare jobs is that they have been on, the shortage occupation list, and they've needed staff from overseas. They've been recruiting overseas for a very long time. So they have the processes in place and they understand the systems that are needed. But other jobs that are kind of coming up now, for example, teachers, teachers can now be recruited from overseas. But the truth is that many schools, even though they need teachers, they are not up to date with the process of recruiting from overseas, which means that if you're a teacher or you want to come to the UK as a teacher, this is something that you will need to have in mind. But if you're coming as a healthcare professional, look, they have been recruiting from overseas in healthcare for a very long time. So almost all organizations in the UK already have a solid structure that has been developed over time to recruit from overseas. So this is a massive advantage in this particular sector. And also the fact that there are more opportunities in the sector, it means that you're likely to get visa sponsorship within this sector than other sectors, obviously, in the UK. Does it mean that you're not able to get jobs in other sectors? No, but what it means is that you're far more likely to get jobs within health and social care in the UK compared to any other sector that you are involved in, because of the need. Because the truth is, if there is no need and there is no desperation, I hate to use the word desperation, but that's what it is, nobody would recruit overseas. People only recruit overseas because they've got no choice, because they're stuck, because they can't find who they need in the UK. If employers could find the people that they need in the UK, I can assure you that all of us that have come from overseas, nobody would ever recruit anyone from overseas. So you need to always have that in mind when you're looking for jobs. When you're deciding what job you want, you need to have it in mind. What industry are they recruiting for? Are they desperate in that sector, or is it just like a nice to have? You need to be very, very careful. And by the way, if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. But most importantly, if you haven't joined my newsletter, you want to check the comment section below. I've dropped a link to that newsletter. Once you join the newsletter, I'll send the information directly to your inbox, so you're never reliant on the YouTube algorithm, which can be like a yo-yo. Is this good for Melvis? Is it not? Should we recommend this video? Should we not? I want you to get information that is tailored for your personal circumstances. But if you need that support, if you need my support with getting those visa sponsorship jobs, with career progression in the UK, studying in the UK, just getting to progress, or even just to change your job and you're thinking, oh my God, for example, I'm doing domiciliary care, this is so not for me, I need an upgrade, I need to do something else, that's fine. You're a qualified nurse, you're thinking, oh my goodness, I work in this area, how do I do to progress into an advanced nurse practitioner, into a specialist nurse, into a nurse manager, into a nurse lecturer, into an occupational health nurse, into a nurse anesthetist, nurse endoscopist? Then please, by all means, get in contact with me. Join my private coaching program to get that individualized, that personalized, and that tailored support that is going to get you to the next stage, that is going to get you to progress, so that you earn more money, work fewer hours, save more money, start those side business opportunities that I keep talking about, and then you are on the way to retiring early. Because like I say, I'm on a mission, look, to retire early, because working until I'm 67 or 90 or 70, no way. So again, these are some of the things that I'm really passionate about, because having lived in the UK all these years, I have seen the impact that it has working all those extra hours. Not only that, but working until you're really old and retiring is not easy. I look at colleagues on the ward and I'm like, oh my God, I feel so touched, I feel so moved. Like, I don't want to be in that position. So if this is you want to join that newsletter so I can send that info directly to you, or join my private coaching program so we start working on that ASAP to make sure that we succeed, we excel, and we thrive together. So when it comes to obviously applying for this particular visa, you can apply whether from within the UK or out of the UK. And another massive advantage that I like about this particular visa is that it is one of the cheapest UK visas to have. So if you're applying for a visa that is with less than 3 years, then it's going to cost you just over £200. If you're applying for a visa that is over 3 years, say you get a job that with a 5-year contract, then it's going to be just over £400, which is really nothing compared to the fees that you pay if you have other UK visas. Say for example like a skilled worker visa, those ones are pretty expensive and they have fewer advantages than the health and care worker visa. Again, the main reason for this is because of the need within healthcare and the fact that healthcare is so reliant on overseas workers, on recruiting more workers, that they have made the fee not to be so high. So again, if you're out of the UK, for example, you're struggling financially, these information should guide you on the types of jobs that you should be applying for. And if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, oh my God, Melvis, which type of job is best for me? I've got XYZ qualifications, I've got XYZ experience, I don't even know where to get started, I don't know what to do. Again, you need to join my private coaching program, and I'll be able to go through with you. We'll have a one-to-one session, explore your experience, look at your personal circumstances. What have you got now? What can we do what you've got now? What are the best opportunities for you to go for right now so that it gets you to the UK ASAP? And I've done lots of videos on this channel about different types of UK visas, how to move to the UK, how to apply for jobs, visa sponsorship opportunities, career progression pathways, work from home opportunities, all sorts of things that can help you, that can support you. Even if you're not part of my private coaching program, you can make use of that information. But if you are, then obviously you get my individualized, personalized, and tailored support. And I can tell you that that is something that many people are missing. And you keep watching YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video, and your mind is just going to be like a yo-yo. And every time you see a video about one person's perspective, you're going to get more confused about like everything. You're like, oh my God, I thought X, but now I'm hearing about Y. And that's why you need that tailored support. That's why you need that individualized support. And that's why you need to be careful when you're reliant on social media for such important and vital information, including my channel, the things that I'm saying. I like to recommend you to actually check the UK government website as well, because sometimes when you read information, you can digest it, you can understand it, in your own way, on your own terms, in your own, because we've all got different personalities, we all interpret things differently, we all understand things differently. And so it's important that you're taking that responsibility and you're going forward and doing more research. So when you're applying for this visa, like I've said, if you're in the UK, it can take up to 8 weeks to get a response back. If you're out of the UK, in about 3 weeks or so, you normally get a response back because you're still out. They're kind of going to prioritize you so that you move to the UK ASAP. And that's what I keep saying. So in terms of the waiting time, that's what you have. In terms of cost, we've already discussed that. There's also the healthcare surcharge. If you've got dependents, and there's also additional cost obviously for your dependents that come. But because you've watched till now, I'm going to give you a tip. If your employer gives you your certificate of sponsorship, you can tell them to certify maintenance, and all they need to do is tick yes, do they certify maintenance, and they'll tick yes on your certificate of sponsorship. And if they do, you don't need to provide say proof of funds for yourself or for your dependents. And this is something that is massive if you've got family that you're bringing. For example, say you've got your spouse and you've got 2, 3 kids, 4 kids, 1 child, or whatever. It can be really challenging raising all of that money for the visa fees, healthcare surcharge, and all that. But by getting your employer, your UK employer, to certify maintenance, that can sort of cancel all of that, as it tells the visa people that your employer is going to support you during the first month that you get to the UK. So this is something that has helped even many candidates in my private coaching program. We have a nurse that was moving over from Ghana. She's got 4 kids, all under the age of 14, and her husband, and she wanted them all to move together. And all her employer had to do was to certify maintenance, and she was able to move with her hubby and her kids at the same time in a very, very cost-effective way, rather than for her to move to the UK and then start to work, start to save a lot of money, then bring them back. It's not easy saving all of that money when you're new in the UK, especially considering that the pay is not so high, especially as you're new, just starting out. So again, If you've got any questions about this visa, please do leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to join you on there to answer those questions that you may have. And if you've already got this visa, what has your experience been? Are you loving life in the UK? Have you done any additional courses? Have you been able to progress? Are you considering career progression? If so, what are you currently thinking about? What is a pathway that you feel is best for you? And like I've said, if you need that personalized, that individualized, and that tailored support, I look forward to welcoming you in my private coaching program, which is Nursing Career Bootcamp, so that we can get started, work together, and get you to that next stage where you ought to be, where you rightfully deserve to be. Because look, it's challenging doing all these jobs. So career progression is the least that we can have for ourselves. And so if you check the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to find I've got lots of resources on my website. There's the link to join the private coaching program. Obviously, there are also free resources that I've got for you. There's my newsletter. You can contact me directly if you've got any question you think, Melvis, I've got this question. I don't want to put it out here, but I want to ask you XYZ. Again, you can use my newsletter and that will come to me privately. And obviously, I'll get to you as soon as possible with the answer. But keep watching the videos. Do share this information with anybody that you know that is going to benefit from this. And this, the whole point of this video is that it helps you reflect and think about the types of jobs that you can potentially apply for to move to the UK, the types of opportunities that that job is going to give to you, not only you, but your family as well. Because there are many opportunities and many of us are worrying about, Melvis, can I bring my family with me? Melvis, I've got kids. I can't leave my kids behind. And that's why you need to be so strategic when you're choosing what job you should apply for, what job you shouldn't apply for, which type of visa you should have, which visa you should not have. Because some of the visas are temporary, and I've seen people who moved to the UK and they didn't know that was a temporary visa, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I need to leave, because it is hard. It's not easy being away from home, and then finding out such information. And that's why I'm here to bring you the best opportunities about visa sponsorship jobs in the UK, how you can progress in your career in the UK, the best side hustle ideas that you can start in the UK so that you can improve your life. You can make a lot of money working fewer hours so that you can eventually retire early. So keep watching the videos, obviously, and I'll see you in the next video. It's Nurse Melvis. Bye for now.